What's up guys, Dylan here. How's it going? Make sure you like and subscribe. You're gonna have a glorious life if you do. If you don't, your life's just gonna fall apart into pieces. Just joking, but please like and subscribe. I just took this long bike ride in Manhattan today. I was along the water and parts of it's so hot today, parts of the asphalt, the tire was like putting tracks in the asphalt. And I saw people walking in flip-flops, and as they would step, their flip-flop would stick to the asphalt, and they just, they would come out of their flip-flop. It was incredibly hot today. That has no bearing on what I'm going to say right now or what I'm going to talk about, but I just thought I'd tell you that. Anyways, I don't want you to be a spurter, okay? Do you know what a spurter is? I see it all the time, and it's what rare people, it's what killers are not. Spurters are the type of people that pick something that they want to change in their life. Let's say they want to go on a diet, right? And they say they do all the research, they read the keto blogs, they buy the keto stuff, they go to the grocery store, they buy everything, and their diet lasts about 3 days. They go in a little spurt, it's over. About a month later, they rewatch something about keto, they see somebody who's ripped, and what do? They're back on the keto diet for 3 days. They're spurters, they barely ever work. I meet a lot of people like this in business, entrepreneur people who they get really motivated, they put in like 3 days of work, they'll send a bunch of emails, they'll get really on top of their game, and then they fade away. They're watching YouTube videos on God knows what, they're on Netflix binge watching, and then, 6 weeks later, they get the bug again, and they go in a little spurt. I see athletes do it all the time. They say, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m., I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna improve my skill set, and they last a week, and then it's off, and then they get motivated again, they go on another little spurt. Listen, when I study killers, when I study rare people, one of the things that sets them apart is they don't go on spurts. They go on these long streaks. Like they'll set a goal for themselves, say 90 days straight, I'm going to do this. Right now, I'm going to do 150 push-ups every day for the rest of the year. I have some knee problems, so it's been a little bit hard for me to really get a good workout in. So I said, what can I do? What can I do right now? And I can do push-ups. So I'm going to do 150 a day. Right when I wake up every morning, I'm going to do it till the end of the year. And I want to go on that streak. Now, maybe you miss one day. Okay, maybe. Now, if you're really committed, you won't do it. They could put me in, in a prison. I'm going to make sure I get those 150. And I guess if I was in prison, it wouldn't be too hard to do push-ups. But you know what I mean. I'm not going to miss it. If I have to travel somewhere and I'm in an airport, I'm going to have to do the 150 in an airport with a bunch of people watching. So that's one of the things that you have to do is set a streak and say, I'm going to do it. And some things, like I do this process called releasing where I let go of negative emotion. I do that every day. Regardless, I will not miss a day. I've probably done it over 3 years straight now. Every morning I release. It's one of the first things I do, and I listen to a beautiful piece of music. So that's something I do. It's a streak I will never break, God willing. Something else I notice killers do is they just say F their feelings. If they don't feel like doing something, like they wake up in the morning and they don't feel like working out, they don't care. They will work out anyways. It's that same video I made just a few days ago where the killers say, I'll do it anyways. I will work anyways, regardless of how I feel. In the Killer Instinct program, I talk about saying F-U-C-K your feelings. You have to sometimes. There's a part of you that is a lazy, no good, worthless slob, okay, and would love to lay in bed and do nothing all the time, every day. So you have to tell that part of you to shut up. Another thing killers do is make sure that they break it down into manageable chunks. I talk to people who don't stick with things. And they say, I'm going to work out for 3 hours every day. I know killers who work out 45 minutes a day, and they're absolutely jacked, ripped, and shredded, right? But it's 45 minutes, something you can do. For instance, I'm studying French. I'm doing 10, 15 minutes a day. I've been doing it for 18 months, and I've missed 3 days in that 18 months. And it's because it's 15 minutes. If I'd set a goal to do an hour and a half or 2 hours, I wouldn't have made much progress, okay? And just to give you an idea of what that means, 10, 15 minutes a day, it's not a ton of progress because it's not one of my number one goals. It's an auxiliary goal. It's something I want to achieve at some point, maybe over 5 to 10 years. But in 18 months, according to a website I use, I have approximately 20,000 French words that I know. That's just 10 to 15 minutes a day. It's a unique system. If you guys have any questions about it, I'll tell you about it. But I've made a ton of progress, and it's manageable. It's something I can do on a walk. It's something I can do when I'm waiting in line. I can knock out those 10 to 15 minutes of French very quickly. It's manageable. You have to make sure you do that. In the days I don't feel like doing it, again, I say F my feelings. I see myself in France understanding spoken French around me. I can see myself and in the future, having a conversation in French. Maybe it's broken French, but I'll be doing some of it. I want to see myself hearing, listening to podcasts, watching movies, so you have that vision. Killers always have that ultimate vision in mind of where they want to be, and it actuates them to action when they don't feel like performing the action. That's what killers do. So make sure you ignore some of those feelings. We're not talking about repressing feelings. We're just talking about those petty little feelings that are average, the way average people or spurters think. Spurters think, I can take a day off. What happens typically when you take a day off is you don't start again. As much as you got to be a self-restarter, listen, you may miss a day here or there. Let's be real. You may miss a day. We always talk about being a self-starter. One of the keys to success is being a self-restarter. You have to be able to restart yourself after you go on vacation or something, or you take I teach a lot of athletes to do mental training, and I teach a lot of entrepreneurs to do mental training. I say, do it 6 days a week, take the 7th off. A lot of them takes the 7th off, and it turns into the 8th off, the 9th off, the 10th off. You have to be someone who's a self-restarter, so you take the 7th off, and then on the 8th day, you restart back again with the same vigor, okay? So you may miss a day or two, but that's not the same as being a spurt person. A spurt person goes 3-4 days very intensely and then fades away. You have to do it daily. Does that make sense? All right. So please like and subscribe. If not, your life will fall to pieces. Just joking, guys. Peace out.